Hello and welcome back to Bookmark Chronicles, and welcome again to my kitchen. Today I am making buffalo chicken dip because I've been wanting it, and that's all the reason I need. I did find a recipe on TikTok that's like high protein or whatever, so I'm gonna try that. Jess and Robin, look away. It calls for cottage cheese. Now, I have been strongly opposed to cottage cheese for a very long time. However, one of my coworkers was literally eating it for breakfast one day, and I was like, what are you doing? And she was like, well, have you tried it? And I was like, no. And she's like, okay, maybe try it. And I was like, and she's like, come on. So I tried it, and taste-wise, it's really not terrible. However, that texture is fucking offensive, and I'm not even a textural person. So for people who really dislike certain textures, don't do it. It's not worth it. And so the recipe that I found, though, the girl, she like blends it first so it's smooth. So I'm gonna do that as well. But listen, if I wasn't trying so hard to make sure that I was hitting my protein goals, I would not be doing this. But here we are. Anywho, I did some cleaning, I straightened my hair, and after I make this, I'm not doing shit except maybe reading. I do need to read Rise of Empire, so I'll do that. As far as things that I have been watching lately, so last summer there was a Netflix documentary, like true crime documentary. The first season was called Homicide New York. The second season is Homicide Los Angeles. So I finished that this morning. I watched the Dallas Cowboy cheerleader thing. That was interesting. Jump splits on turf is crazy. I want to know how many of them end up needing like hip surgeries and replacements, because that split during Thunderstruck is wild. Bobby's Triple Threat, I've been watching that again. I found out Crime Scene Kitchen doesn't come back until September, rude. And then I'm going to a Joe concert on Sunday, so I've been listening to a lot of his music, which I'm really excited about. And I also have a wedding the day before, which was not a great idea, but oh well. As far as upcoming content in September, one person, literally just one person, asked me if I could explain my rating system, and I'm gonna do it. Not that anybody else really cares, but whatever. Also, I just got my arc of King of Ice by Asia Monet, which is the final book in the Cartel Elements series. If you remember, Air of Flames was one of my favorites from last year. An honorable mention because miscommunication irritates me, but still. So I want to do a series review for that. I also, it might be time for another characters I want to square up with. I'm also really close to having enough for another episode of authors I want to square up with. So there may be a few things on the horizon. I keep saying that I'm going to plan these out so that I can talk about them in my reset, and then I never do. Oh well, it is what it is. I'm going to get started on this dip, and yeah. Okay, so I underestimated how difficult it was going to be to blend the cottage cheese. I thought I could use my milk frother, and I gave up. I'm not pulling out my Vitamix for that, but those are in the oven now. I'm gonna clean up, and then I'm going to sit down and find a documentary to watch. I feel like I need something that's not murdery. Actually, I have something to watch on Ashley's Patreon. I'm gonna clean up, and then we'll do our taste test for this buffalo chicken dip. If you are going to make this, I actually would recommend blending the cottage cheese because it like doesn't melt. There's just a lot of things about cottage cheese that don't sit right with me, but you can't taste it, and that's what really matters. It tastes fine. So I'm going to eat this and watch some Patreon stuff. If anyone has any content requests, let me know. I'm hoping that I can get to some of my Kindle Unlimited stuff so that I can film my next TBR because I have like 4 of them just sitting there. I just haven't actually read any of the books, but we're gonna work on it. We'll see how far I actually get. But otherwise, that is all I have for you today, and I will see you in the next video.